Hey, I want my wife to treat me like I'm fuckable. I have a very simple question for you. Are you fuckable? Most men are trying to get validation from their wife. They separate from other men. Our society separates from other men. They just hang out with their wife. They start to learn how to be a man from their wife. And so he starts to seek all of his validation and leans on her. She feels the heavy weight, hates it, when in reality, he should get it from other women and other men. What I mean by that is this. Other men in his life go, you're a bad motherfucker. What are you doing? Quit dropping that standard. Let's go. Hey, whoa, 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 whoa. I knew you with a six pack. What the fuck happened? You used to not have any excuse. Now you have flabs and excuse. What the fuck? Men. And then, like I said, other women. You don't got to go flirt with other women, but you can notice that other women want you. I like going through the world with a six pack and fucking big muscles because the whole world is different. They go, he doesn't talk about discipline. He's the walking fucking billboard of it. Hey, I want my wife to treat me like I'm fuckable. I have a very simple question for you. Are you fuckable? Well, that's what we teach guys at marriedgame.com, or you can get my book at marriedgamebook.com. Either way, the bottom line is we're going to shine a mirror. It's going to hurt like hell, and then it's going to liberate you like nothing else will. And I don't really watch porn hardly ever. Sometimes Jesse and I will watch it every once in a while just for funsies. But the truth of the matter is, it's like I'm living it. I don't have to search threesome. I can just say to my wife, hey, you want to go have a threesome with you? Fuck yeah, I do. Cool. Awesome. There's not, I wish I could just give you everything and just insert it into these men's soul, which is, and all I know is after I've been 9 years now living this way for the last really 6 years, like consistent, like I call it the way of the provocateur, and I'm about this life. It gives you every fucking thing you want, ma'am. Everything you want. And what you really want is the feeling of total unconditional love springing up from inside of you for you and for others. You either are a giver or a taker, and she knows that you've even taken too much and she has no more to give. If your wife goes, I'm giving you all I have, what she's saying is you're not giving me a lot of resources to give you much more.
I want to ask you one final one, and I feel like it could almost open up an entire new conversation. So we may go a little bit longer than I originally planned, but do you find guys have difficulty truly admitting what they want?
Yes. 1,000%. The fact that I just said that my wife and I have threesomes is going to shock a lot of the fucking sphincters listening to this. They're going to be like, wait, what? Guess why I have threesomes in my marriage? Because I wanted them. And so does my wife. We didn't take a poll. Hey, are we allowed to want this? Can we want? No, I wanted it. I'm not saying you have to want it. But if you want it, you don't want it. It literally has nothing to do with my economy. My economy is my wife and I love each other, and she thinks girls are real cute too. I don't have a problem admitting that. Most men do. And I get judged for having threesomes with my wife. And I'm like, and you'll love this one. I go, let's go look at your porn history. I need to see what you've been searching. And sure enough, MILF and threesome pops up a lot. So yes, men have a problem. Men have a problem going, I want a lust-filled, passionate, desire-filled marriage with my wife. You know why? They've been told, dude, it's not always about that. Well, I'm not saying it's not always about that. I'm not saying it's not always about that, but it can't never be about that. Like Kanye West said, having money isn't everything. They say having money isn't everything, but having it is. Like they say money isn't everything, but having it is. Yeah, money isn't everything, but it's really fucking hard to go stay at the one and only La Palmilla for 3 days with your family on private beaches without it. So
well, it is. Look, anybody pause, look in around the room right now or the environment that you're in. Everything that is existing in there required money to attain.
And when you're good at attaining money, it builds something inside of you that goes, I am sovereign. I create wealth. I am wealth. I also am love. Once a man realizes, because a lot of guys are searching for love. No, I am love. Of course I have a ton of love in my life. I'm the fucking embodiment of love. Why? That's just, I know what love is. Love is actions. Love shows up. Love cares. Love asks questions. Love doesn't get defensive. Love doesn't always try and prove itself. Love listens and shows up with curiosity. Love doesn't yell at a wife. A love doesn't let a wife yell at a husband. Masculinity isn't yelling at somebody because they don't understand what you're saying or don't like what you're saying. You're not going to better explain it when you yell at people. Thank you for your tantrum and your fit, but we don't need you acting like a 3-year-old anymore. Can you please be an adult and just say what you need? Oh, no, the reason they can't is because they can't admit what they desire. My lifestyle offends some people, and I'm glad it does. I'm glad it does. You know why? Because they need to be waking up. Why are threesomes bad in your opinion? I'm not saying yours, but if the guy has a problem with that, this is why they've been told by condition, by culture, by church, by religion, what you're supposed to like, what you're not supposed to like. Yet that's not how I see it. I see a God that says, go have dominion. The canvas is yours. Paint how you want. Don't hurt anybody and don't hurt yourself. Go have fun. Yeah, they have a hard time admitting it.
What's a question then, or a truth that the guys can go take away and confront and wrestle with that will allow them to begin to get honest? Because I'm sure it takes some time and it takes work, but what's one question or one truth they can begin to face?
It does take time and it does take work, but the only thing I've actually found that really helps is an outside perspective that's willing to argue with you enough through your bullshit and help you win. Every guy has a reason why they're in here, why that's listening to this, that why their sex life isn't what it is. And it's usually almost never because I'm not the guy. It's always because of her. I had all the same excuses. And the first step is, if you could sit by, ask every guy whenever I talk, and you know, if they go to marriedgame.com, they'll have an opportunity to have a conversation with me, and I'm going to ask them this question. So this is why I'm bringing this question up. If you could sit back and hit the God button, get anything you want in your marriage, what is it? And most guys will underplay it. I said, I just gave you the God button and you said you'll take it once a week. What are we talking about here? If you can't be fucking honest, well, I'm tired of you telling me what you don't need. I'm asking, what the fuck do you want? What do you want? If you had the God button, you could smash it. What do you want? And if a guy can be honest about that, then we go to the very next question that has to be in line with and go, cool, what are you willing to do to get it? It's possible. I believe the reason why we're having a real surge in the popularity of what I'm teaching and what's going on in my world is for one reason. I'm an example of a guy that I can say, you actually can have whatever you want. My wife would actually do anything I want sexually because she believes in me so deeply, and it's her greatest joy and honor to bring me pleasure because she knows I feel the same way about her. We are fucking truly one. This is what I was looking for. When I read the Bible as much as I want, and I heard Jesus say, you and the Father can be one, I wasn't interested in having some guy's opinion about how that. I wanted to be one with God. I want to experience God in my fucking soul the way I read about in the pages. God's not the God of a dead. He's the God of a living. So I'm not interested in what dead people have to say. The second thing is, I was like, where is this oneness of actual love? I want to see what is that like? Not this fearful man hoping to get a crumb of affection and feeling bad when woman goes, is that all you think about? What am I, just a fucking walking vagina? Yada, 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 yada. And a man goes, I'm sorry, I'm so sorry, I'm so sorry. It's like, oh, that is not what I read in the Bible. Those motherfuckers all had 10 wives and fucking concubines. This was not an issue they struggle with like the way we're talking about today. I'm not saying we need 10 wives or 10 concubines. Who the fuck would want that? But what I am saying is these were not timid men like we're being taught about by timid men. If a pastor doesn't have a six pack, he's true to me. He doesn't have the fruit of the spirit of self-control. I can't listen to him. Oh, you believe in a religion that says self-control is going to be the evidence of your religion, and yet you show up here 75 pounds overweight with fucking Dunkin' Donuts spilled on your fucking belly? You don't get to talk around here. Fruit is the only thing that's real. I have it. I'm the example of it, and I'm loud as fucking it because I'm showing it in people's faces. You actually can have the greatest fucking marriage of all time. You don't even have to do threesomes. That's just because you get to the top, you get what you want. But I'm saying all the way up to the top, you can get everything you want as well.
I agree, Keith, that there's a resurgence of these conversations. You know, I don't want to say that it was my intention behind starting this podcast to play a small role in that. My faith journey is radically different than yours. I came to Christ at 36 years old because of men like you that were leading from the front, were strong, alpha, masculine men that were also running business and were building kingdom empires. And that was my introduction to Christianity. And then I stepped into a lot of churches. I was like, oh, that same thing that was out there is not in here. So I'm glad that there's these conversations. There is a resurgence of it. And I think that it's going to change a lot of so you're already seeing it in the popularity with Christianity and young men and the generation behind us. So so grateful for your time here today. We're going to plug down the Married Game website, the podcast, the Instagram. Guys, if you want to at least have a conversation with Keith and his team, if anything that was shared here today woke you up, if you're in some of those dark spots, if you're in some of those dark moments and you're looking for a way out of it, this is the guy that's going to have you confront some truths in your life to begin to get honest about the things that you want and desire, and then has a framework to walk you through it. You know, we'll help you get porn out of your life. We'll help you transform that identity. I always tell I'm not the relationship expert guy. That's not the flag that I carry. That's not the calling that God has placed on my life, but we will have everything shared down there below in the show notes for you guys.